Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Today we're diving into one of the most talked investment topics, the S&P 500. What is it? How does it work? And more importantly, how can you make money from it? Stay tuned, because we're about to break it all down. First things first, let's define what the S&P 500 is. S&P stands for Standard & Poor's, which is a financial services company. And the 500? Well, it refers to the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the U.S. based on market capitalization. These companies span across 11 different sectors, from technology and healthcare to consumer goods and energy. So why is the S&P 500 important? Well, it's often seen as a reflection of the overall U.S. economy. When people talk about the stock market doing well or poorly, they're usually referring to the performance of the S&P 500. It's a benchmark that tracks how these 500 major companies are doing as a whole. The S&P 500 includes household names like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Tesla. These companies are spread across sectors like technology, finance, healthcare, and energy. So the S&P 500 gives you exposure to a broad range of industries. Now let's talk about how you can make money from the S&P 500. The easiest way to benefit from its growth is by investing in it. Historically, the S&P 500 has delivered an average annual return of about 7 to 10% after inflation. While this doesn't mean every year will be a winner, it shows the long-term potential of investing in a diversified group of the largest companies in the world. One of the simplest ways to invest in the S&P 500 is by purchasing an index fund or an exchange-traded fund, ETF. These funds track the performance of the S&P 500, so when the index goes up, so does your investment. Popular options include the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF VO and the SPDR S&P 500 ETF SPY. To invest, you'll need a brokerage account. Once that's set up, simply search for the ETF or index fund you want to buy and decide how much you want to invest. From there, you can either make a one-time purchase or set up a recurring investment strategy. But it's not just about buying the S&P 500 and forgetting about it. You'll want to think about how to manage your investments over time. Some people use strategies like dollar-cost averaging, where you invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, regardless of the market's ups and downs. This can help smooth out the effects of short-term volatility. Of course, like any investment, there are risks. The value of your S&P 500 investments can go up and down with the market. And in the short term, there's always a chance you could lose money. That's why it's important to think long-term and not panic during market dips. So, to recap, the S&P 500 is a collection of the 500 largest U.S. companies, and it's a great way to invest in a broad range of industries. You can invest in it through ETFs or index funds, and over time, the S&P 500 has shown to be a solid performer for long-term investors. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if you're planning to invest in the S&P 500 or if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe for more investment tips and personal finance strategies. Until next time, happy investing!